Scariest things ever found under the ocean. Okay, so real talk, the ocean covers over 70% of the entire planet, and we have only explored about 20% of it. Let me just let that sink in for a second. We literally have no idea what's chilling in the other 80%. None, zero. And honestly, maybe that's a good thing, because beneath the waves, it's dark, it's cold, the pressure down there is absolutely insane. And the creatures, bro, some of them look like God was freestyling with no plan whatsoever. Over the years, scientists have pulled up discoveries that will genuinely leave you speechless. Some are terrifying, some are mysterious, and a couple of them, specifically number 1 or 2, look so unhinged they could have walked straight off a dinosaur era. So we are counting down on the scariest things ever found in the ocean. Fair warning though, after this you might think twice before even looking at the glass of water. Number 10, the goblin shark. If nightmares could swim, they will look exactly like this thing. The goblin shark has long, flat snout and jaws that literally shoots out of his face like a spring-loaded trapping shot before you can even blink. It lives hundreds of feet below the surface where sunlight just doesn't exist anymore. When prey gets close enough, it launches its jaw outwards in a fraction of a second. Gone, no escape. Scientists actually call it living fossil because its ancestors are swimming around during the time of the dinosaurs hundreds of millions of years ago, and this thing barely changed. Why fix what isn't broken, right? Terrifying logic. The deep sea anglerfish. Yeah, you're probably seen this one in a meme or two, but trust me, the real thing is way more disturbing than whatever cartoon version you are picturing. It lives in complete total darkness and uses glowing lure on its head to trick curious prey into swimming closer and closer, and then snap, swallowed a whole before they even knew what hit them. But here's where it gets really weird. The males, tiny little guys, where they find a female, they latch onto her body and literally fuse with her, like they become part of her permanently. Their organs merge, they share a bloodstream. I genuinely don't have words for that. The giant squid. For centuries, sailors came back from sea with wild stories about massive tentacles monster lurking beneath their ships. People laughed it off, called it exaggeration, sea madness, whatever. Turns out, those sailors were not lying. The giant squid is very real, and it can grow longer than a school bus. Its eyes are the largest of any animal on the planet. We're talking about the size of a dinner plate. For the longest time, nobody had ever seen one alive in this natural habitat, not once. It wasn't until deep sea cameras finally made it down there and researchers got actual footage of this thing. Suddenly, all those old sailor stories didn't sound so crazy anymore. The vampire squid. With a name like vampire squid, you already know it's going to be unhinged, and it absolutely delivers. Dark red skin, webbing between its arms, and looks like a dramatic cape. And when it feels threatened, it flips himself inside out, showing off rows of sharp-looking spines. Does it drink blood? No. Does it look like it absolutely would if could? 100% yes. Number 5, the zombie worm. This one genuinely broke scientists' brain when they found it. The zombie worm lives inside the bones of dead whales on the ocean, and here's the kicker: it has no mouth, no stomach, nothing. Instead, it releases acid that dissolves the bone and converts them directly into nutrients. Let that marinate for a second. An entire animal whose whole existence is just eating skeleton from the inside with acid. That's not a creature, that's a supervillain origin story. Number 6, the Mariana Trench. The Mariana Trench is the deepest point on Earth, nearly 11 kilometers straight down. The pressure at the bottom is so extreme it would crush a human being instantly. For a long time, scientists assumed nothing could possibly survive down there. They were wrong, embarrassingly wrong. Expeditions have found bizarre fish, strange amphipods, transparent sea creatures, and organisms that just thrive in conditions where life has absolutely no business existing. And here's the part that keeps researchers up at night: we have barely scratched the surface of it. Every single trip down there reveals something new. Nobody knows what else is waiting. The bloop. In 1997, underwater sensor picked up a sound unlike anything ever recorded in human history. It was so loud, so powerful it could be detected 1,000 miles away. Scientists nicknamed it the bloop, and honestly, even the name sounds unsettling. Some researchers believe it came from a creature so massive it would make a blue whale look small. Others think it points to something else entirely, something we don't have a category for yet. The official explanation eventually leaned towards an ice cake, but not everyone is convinced. The mystery still lingers. The frilled shark. This one looks like someone took a nightmare, gave it gills, and set it loose in the deep ocean with over 300 needle-like teeth arranged in multiple rows. It's honestly less shark and more underwater dragon. Scientists believe this species has existed millions of years and almost no evolutionary change.